So they said they magically revoked my ticket last night. They didn't tell me. They said they emailed me. They wouldn't show me the email. But basically right now, they kicked me out and I'm in the parking lot.
This presentation is straight up a middle finger to investors. Otherwise, this presentation was a waste of time. It's a complete, utter waste of time. It was an uncoordinated presentation. To me, it felt like Elon Musk is like, all right, guys, Master Plan 3 is all about scale. Everyone from every department, can you like get together and like, I don't know, talk about that? Okay, thanks, bye. He's too damn busy at Twitter.
March 1st, I think Tesla's going to announce a vehicle that'll, they'll claim they're going to be able to produce for half the cost.
You think they're going to announce a car?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they've definitely indicated that they're likely to.
Today, folks, Tesla's hype days are over. I want to break down in this video why the Tesla Investor Day completely killed any future hype coming out of this company and why this is actually a really prudently good thing for investors. I kind of announced on my Patreon that I'd be sitting down and kind of going through the entire presentation, at which I put up with about 2.5 hours of it and then watched the rest of it later. And I'm telling you, it was a complete nail-biting, boring, just drag of rehashing the same old stuff. But there was a few exceptions in there that I wanted to discuss. But obviously there were no new gen vehicle announcements. They did announce the new factory that they're going to be opening in Mexico, but everybody knew that was coming. So give me a minute and I'm going to get to the point of what happened in that Investor Day that I think was so brutally important. But firstly, let's talk about the hype dying out here, because what we experienced from 2019 coming into the peak of 2022 before this kind of recessionary environment hit was the golden days for Elon Musk and Tesla, because this was the era where new vehicles were constantly getting announced. These mega factories, the gigafactories were getting built unlike anything anyone's ever seen before. There was just a lot going on, even from the Boring Company, from Neuralink, whether it was like the flamethrowers or the tequila. I mean, when was the last time any of you really heard about a huge product announcement or anybody really getting hyped about those products, right? So all those new cars, all that stuff, it's done and over with now. I mean, we got the whole idea of self-driving. Right now they're on an execution phase, and this is probably a better thing for investors, because this is going to shake out all of this insanity, all of this over bubbling of the stock itself. And I don't know what a value on Tesla stock should be. I said I'd buy it if it dipped below $100, and sadly we almost got there and then it just rallied back, so I was kind of disappointed by that. But who knows, maybe we revisit, maybe I get another opportunity to buy the company. But I mean, the hype here, there's just nothing to keep it going. I mean, the Tesla Roadster, imagine putting like $250,000 down on this thing and still waiting when it was supposed to be done toward the end of last year. Now we're kind of expecting it to maybe be this year. Hopefully it comes out sooner or later for those people that have been waiting on this, because we have, or my buddy, he ordered a Cybertruck. He was one of the first ones. So hopefully they kind of keep on that line. That target to be releasing those by the latter half of 2023. But I already canceled my Starlink. I mean, I wanted Starlink internet. I wouldn't have mind supporting this. I lived in a rural area at the time and the internet was pretty bad, and I couldn't get this. It was like 2 or 3, I was sitting on hold for like 2 years. So I said, forget it, canceled it. I got my money back. And I feel like that's kind of the mixed bag with Elon Musk and Tesla as a whole. It's just like overpromise, slightly underdeliver, end up in the middle section somewhere. But, let me explain to you what was going on in the event and why this kind of hype phase being dead is a super good thing for you. Because at the event itself, I saw a few things that really stuck out to me. The first thing was they want to bring down the footprint of the manufacturing in their facilities by 50%. They're trying to bring down the cost to a level where I'd hope to get an electric vehicle under $30,000. If they can achieve that, as Elon mentioned, the demand isn't around Tesla's hype. It's just people want electric vehicles at this point. It's not about being cool and getting a Tesla anymore. I think people just want to get EVs. So if they come in at the right price point, you're going to have that demand no matter what. And Elon alluded to this a lot. So they did focus on bringing down the footprint of everything about the vehicle in that really boring section of the Investor Day. I mean, they talked about just dealing with the wire harnessing, just dealing with the fabrication of the entire mold of the vehicle and kind of building everything and then trying to get the mold around it without using as many parts as possible. So I think that's going to be the future, as they did show 2 vehicles that were covered up in the display. And I don't know what they're going to be bringing up for 2 vehicles, but there's just something tells me they're not going to be as hyped as like the Falcon wing doors that we saw, or, the Roadster or the Cybertruck. I think we're just going to start getting moderately boring vehicles, maybe like some little delivery vans or some other just super cheap model EV. And that's probably what we're going to get to see sometime down the road here. Now, outside of that, I really wish there was a lot more to self-driving. I keep wishing and hoping that we're getting to a place of commercialization, and I just don't think that's going to be coming anytime soon. I think that rollout is just going to be the continued thing we hear over and over again is, oh, maybe it's a year out, maybe it's a year out. I know we're going to get there at some point, but if I'm buying Tesla stock today, I can only buy it on the commercialized business. And the robotics and all that stuff is super cool, but it's not commercializable. I mean, there's a lot of companies doing robotics in factories already, like Amazon. There's private companies that I work with that actually build AI software for mining robots and all these other things. And what Elon's building here, again, there's no money coming out of it. It's just cash burn, cash burn. We criticize Facebook so much for the metaverse, spending all this money on the future of VR, yet when Tesla's doing it, it's cool, it's awesome, it's the future of everything, right? Yet I don't think it's necessarily appropriate from a timeline standpoint. So if I'm buying Tesla stock today, I'm only really buying it on the future growth of them pretty much dominating the entire auto industry, which I still think is going to come into fruition. I think they'll become monopolistic. I think they'll be one of the top 3 largest automakers at some point in the next probably 10 to 20 years. But I don't know what the value is on that, and it's hard to put a finger down, so I'd rather buy it when it's a little more suppressed. But I'll let you know if I consider buying Tesla sometime in the future. But if you do appreciate these conversations, let me know what you think in that comment section below. And while you're down there, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.